Fighting is absolutely one of those sports where you have to live in the moment. I think if you're afraid of something that the opponent can do to you, more than likely he's going to do it to you. You know, you're just too focused on that. I want to focus on what I do and what my offense is going to be and what I'm capable of. When my right hand connects, it's you know it right away when you hit somebody good, and you know, most of the time you know it. It's like hitting a grand slam. Sure, it feels better throwing it than catching it. There's been fights that I've been hit in fights and when it doesn't hurt at all and you know that that was their best shot, at that point I kind of don't worry about their striking anymore. I guess I've had a few pretty good finishes in the UFC, most of them by way of knockouts. I think the one that most people remember or most memorable was against Bisping and knocking him out. And now the Shogun finish as well. Both Shogun fights, I guess the finish of both of those. One went the decision and the second time the rematch against Shogun, you know, being in trouble the first 2 rounds and knocking him out in the third. Part of that was just me kind of standing around too much and not moving in the first 2 rounds where I got hit more. I knew I needed to get my butt moving in that 3rd round, and you know, that's when I got a little more aggressive and got real serious with needing to win the fight. In the Bisping fight, when I finished him, you know, I knew I had him hurt real bad with the first punch, and I wanted to make sure he stayed down. If he's falling and he looks out and he hits the ground, he wakes up and the fight doesn't get stopped, you never know what can happen after that either. It was more fun to do to Bisping, you know, what everybody else wanted to do to him. It was quite a bit more fun to actually get to do it. So I enjoyed that fight for sure. You know, he was one of those guys that I didn't feel had the power to hurt me, and after he hit me a couple times, I just, you know, started getting in his face a lot more and wasn't worried about it. He tried to take me down, you know, he couldn't do that either. So I think he was just stuck in a place where he shouldn't have been stuck, in the cage with me.